Hi everyone, and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. Today we are going to be making some blondies. I love me a good blondie. I've made one, I want to say it was about 2 years ago, a different recipe, and I did like it. But I'm always open to trying new recipes, kind of like I am with my brownie recipes. I do have another, I have a turtle brownie we're going to be trying soon, but we're gonna stay on blondies today. So I have my dry bowl ready and I have my wet bowl pretty much ready. So I'm gonna aim down. Okay, I've been reading my comments. Most of you want me to put my camera away from my face and you wanna see all the action happening. So let me just tell you what I've got going. In my dry bowl, I have almond flour. I have brown sweetener of choice, whether it's like a golden monk fruit or brown sugar swerve, something like that, but a brown sweetener with that molasses seed, that dark sweetener, and some baking powder so that it'll give it that rise when we're cooking. I have a softened butter. I'm between softened and melted because I went like 5 seconds too long in the microwave. So I'm in the middle. I'm not melted, I'm not softened. I went. Anyways, got that. 2 eggs, vanilla, and then a half a cup of sugar-free chips of choice. And then it says like you can add in like seeds or nuts or whatever. And then it says, or more chocolate. If you know me and chocolate, you know I added more chocolate. So we're doing a full cup of chocolate chips. But I can totally see like a half a cup of chocolate chips and a half a cup of like chopped or cut up pecans would probably be pretty good. I'm making it like this, and just so you guys know, if you click on more, there will be a link to the recipe. It's 5 total carbs if you're diabetic, or if you're strict and you're counting off total carbs. If you're counting net carbs, it's only 3. So this is a winner. So let me aim down and let's get going. Oh, oven is at 350, 8x8 pan, and I have it all prepped, prepared with parchment paper so I can pull it out later. Okay, here we go. You do not need a hand mixer or a KitchenAid. They actually just recommend good old regular mixing. So the first thing is the dry. They say to whisk the dry ingredients first. So I have the almond flour. I'm using Swerve. I just like the packability. It's more like a true brown sugar to me. And then the baking powder. So we're just going to get in here and get the dry ingredients all incorporated. And then to that, and it shouldn't take long, a few little clumps there with brown sugar, but that happens. Just gonna stab those. I don't know if you guys do what I do, but I'm a teacher. Got angry students in the day. Right there. Just kidding. Just kidding. You didn't hear that. I don't have any angry students. Okay. So we've mixed that around. You want it because you want everything to rise when you're cooking. So to this, I'm now going to start adding in my liquid. So I'm going to add like I said, it's a combo. I'm being totally honest. So it's mostly softened butter, but there is a little bit of liquid in there. So I'm going to add that. And I'm going to need this later to fold, because once it's mixed, then we start folding. And teaspoon. Please use real vanilla. Those of you that are using imitation vanilla, you're using sugar and carbs. Somebody asked me about that once. I'm like, I need to clarify. You need to use real vanilla extract. Please don't use artificial. Don't skimp on that one. We want to keep those carbs out of there. 2 large eggs. Now this is a cup I used earlier for almond flour. So I'm gonna just break into here. Make sure that it's not a bad egg. Pop it over. Perfect. And it says if you're vegan, because we can make this a vegan recipe, you can use a dairy-free butter. And then you would use, they make a dairy-free option of sugar-free chips. I'm trying to remember the name. I'm blanking right now. A friend of mine is a low-carb vegan. I'll ask her. Maybe I'll try to remember and add a comment on it. But there is a low-carb, sugar-free vegan chip, and you just use that. All right, we're gonna get to mixing with this. And like I said, I will be probably switching over to a fork here pretty soon. Not exactly sure why I'm not using a mixer, because I'm so used to using that with cookie doughs. But you know, I always follow it the first time, and then sometimes I change up a recipe after I do it. But the first time I always follow it the way that they say. And then I'm like, next time I'm gonna do this. And then I just kind of see. So I'll tell you, most of it's all holding right in here. So, which is fine. It is getting mixed in there, but now I do want to do a little bit with the fork just to make sure. So I'm going to try to press that out of there. And then we'll fold in those chips. But you'll see it was actually pretty quick to assemble. Have a good whisk that's not flimsy so that you can really get in like I'm doing and get out all the pieces. Those are the more expensive ones. I've had cheap whisks, but they fall apart and they you can't really do what I'm doing right now. So have one that's durable. Yep, there we go. Bam. So now let me just make sure, because I do, and it says to make sure you mix it. So now this way, if there's any brown sugar clumps, and I'll let you know truthfully if there was, because if there wasn't, I probably could have just used the spatula and brought it right out. Oh, the smell of the brown sugar is really good. This is definitely a lot richer than a traditional cookie dough because it doesn't have the mix of the white and the brown. So it's definitely got that blondie texture, and I can already tell it's gonna have that taste. To be honest, I probably could have just used this. There were no brown sugar clumps or anything in there. So we just simply fold in your mix-ins, whether it is half chocolate and half whatever, or all chocolate like I'm doing. Oh, nice and easy. These can be stored on the counter 2 to 3 days if you have a family that can eat them all in 2 to 3 days. A fridge for a week or 6 months in the freezer. Our family's kind of small, so what I'm gonna do is put half on the counter and half in the fridge, because that's kind of how, and we'll be able to do it that way. And once the counter ones are done, I'll just make a swap and we'll be good. And then you can just nuke them for like 10 or 15 seconds. Oh, I love it. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna pour it right on in. This is nice, quick and easy too. And I don't know about you guys, but there's winter weather going on all over the country. And even where I'm at in Arizona, we're having our coldest days of the year right now. It's just all over. If you just kind of look at the world weather, it's very, very crazy. There's winter storms everywhere and colder below than normal temps everywhere. So we're all cold because we're used to our temperatures from where we live. So I think we are all freezing. This will be so nice when it's warm. Obviously you don't want to have it hot, but when it's at that warm temperature with either a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, this will be so nice. And you can always, like I said, reheat it or serve it, make a little low carb or keto hot fudge to put on top. just to give you a few ideas while we're all battling this weather. They make some really good keto ice creams and sugar-free syrups that we can all enjoy and still make sundaes out of them, or yeah, just have a warm bar with a hot drink. All right, this is pretty much ready. I'm just trying to make sure it's nice and level so it will cook evenly. I take that fork only because I want to make sure I have all the batter in. Okay, so it says 20 to 25 minutes or until a skewer comes out just clean. Remember, they continue, if they're in metal pans, they're gonna continue cooking for about 5 to 10 minutes. Don't wait for it to come out perfectly clean because you're gonna burn them, okay? So you wanna just, if there's a little bit of moisture on that toothpick, that's good. It's almost clean. Now, if it comes out sopping wet, put it back in. So, barely, okay? A little bit of moisture is okay because it's still gonna cook for a little bit. And then once it's okay for you to pull it out without it falling apart, do so because you'll stop the cooking immediately. And I will meet you back here when we're ready for the taste test. All right, so here they are. Just want you to look at that. That right there, right? Right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so it makes 12 servings, and I still think that's a pretty good size serving. I cut them into 12, so here we go. So nice and chewy. Very, very nice and chewy. That is delicious, and I really am freezing. I'm gonna sit down and enjoy this with a hot cup of tea, and it's just gonna be delicious. But even in the summer, these are great. Any time of year, these are great. I am somebody who loves to make sundaes with these, so I know that I'm gonna come back probably in a day and take this and take some keto ice cream and maybe a little bit of sugar-free whipped cream. I don't know, but these are really, really good. And you already saw there was no stand mixer or electric mixer involved. Super easy to whip up. So hope you guys enjoy them, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.